All right, amigos. So now I want us to go and check out a few properties that are on sale here in Merida. And I'm just going over some Facebook listings that I found online here. So I came across this listing by this, well, she helps to sell houses. I don't know if she's an actual realtor or not, because Mexico it works differently. So this house here it says it's in Lourdes Centro. It's about 5 by 75.6. That's long, 378 meters square, and it's about 1.65 Mexican 1.65 million Mexican pesos. So that is about $80,000 USD, or a little bit over that USD. And Lourdes, it's the neighborhood that's right across La Plancha, but Lourdes, it is a very large neighborhood. It's a large neighborhood, so I'm not really sure what side of Lourdes this particular home is in. Now, this property is it worth 1.65 million pesos, Mexican pesos. Now, I would have to see the exact location to determine that, but I think it might be worth it because of how long the land is. It's 75 meters deep. Now, let me look up 75 meters deep to see in square meters, in feet, I mean. So that's about 807 feet. Let's see in feet. So, okay, never mind. So, according to Google, it's 246 feet. So, it's 75 feet and deep. And in terms of the width, how wide it is, it's about 16. So, 16 by 75. We can do that calculation to see the square footage. But because I'm in Mexico, so I've been using the local measurements. So, according to the video, it's about 376 meters squared and square feet. Let's just calculate that right now. Square feet. 376 square meters, that's about 4,047 square foot. Square feet. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Now, for this property, because it is so long, like, wow, look at how long it is. And that's the thing about properties in Central, because back in the day, it was the wealthy people who actually lived in Central, and the perimeters of Central, so the south side, east, and west, were where the locals would live. And so then it was pretty much whoever got there first, and you would just go and grab a huge piece of land and now build a fence around it. Well, I'm assuming that's how it worked back then, before everything was now organized and such. Now, for this property, because it is so long, right, you can actually build at the back. Now, the front will be like your entrance, and I've seen so many houses do that. The front will be the entrance, and in the back area, they would actually build an apartment complex. I've seen an apartment unit, it was about maybe 10 units of apartment built on a small piece of land like this that goes deep. So the front of it was about 6 meters, probably less than 6 meters, and they were able to build like 2 floors of apartment, like one bedroom apartment building, very small, and they were able to actually maximize that space. I have a friend who lives on such property. It is a narrow piece of land, but the landlord was able to squish, I believe, 8 apartment units on that piece of land. So I believe four downstairs and four upstairs, and it is on such a very tiny apartment, a tiny space. This particular location, it looks like it's still a virgin part. Now on this, the street side, it looks very busy, houses everywhere. But when you go in, right? Because most people will only build at the front, their living room, bedroom, kitchen, that's it. And then the back will be, they will use that as the garden space and whatnot and whatnot. And it's just there because it's behind somebody's house. You can't do anything to it. You can't rent out that land. You can't say build a store on it to rent it out because they're gonna have to go through your living room, your bedroom, your kitchen to get to that piece of land. So there are so many properties like this in Centro Merida, around Centro Merida, that are like this. Up front, it looks very small up front, but once you go in, these properties go deep. They go really deep. Now, depending on where this location is, because like I kept saying at the beginning, I'm not really sure exactly what part of Lourdes this building is in, but I believe for 1.65 million pesos, it is well worth it, and they're actually selling it for the piece of land. Uh, this the actual main structure, it's made of mamposteria, and mamposteria is pretty much um stones, right? They used stones to build those walls, so those walls will last for 100 years or 200 years extra, who knows. But blocks like these blocks that you can see, I mean, I don't know what the shelf life is, but definitely not hundreds and hundreds of years. But at least the front side, that is a good potential. And here you can see on both sides, there's nothing on both sides. On the left side, on the right side, there's absolutely nothing. So when you do build an apartment, at least your tenant will get a fresh breeze, a beautiful fresh breeze, because there's nothing. And chances of somebody building right next to you in upcoming years will be very little, because Lourdes, it is just outside of Centro, but still in the Centro area. But what I mean by outside of Centro, I mean the historical Centro, where you have the Plaza Grande, you have the Santa Lucia, you have the Santa Ana. The only thing Lourdes has going on right now is Parque La Plancha, but then it depends on where in Lourdes you're located. So if you're like a 30 minutes walk to La Plancha, then really it defeats the purpose. But a lot of homeowners would actually sell because they're thinking, oh, we're just a few minutes from La Plancha, even though the walking distance it's about a 30 minutes or a 25 minutes walking distance to La Plancha. So as you can see, this property on the outside, it doesn't look like it's in a great shape. Even when you walk in, it's not in a good shape. But at least the apartment looks clean, at least based on the video. I don't see any trash in this apartment like the other one, or in this house like the other one. I don't see any trash. I don't see empty paint buckets. I don't see, anything like that on this piece of property. So I believe it's worth 1.65. Maybe you can even negotiate a little bit to get the price down. But definitely for the potential what you can get out of this land, it is definitely worth it, because look at how long it is. It's over 4,000 square feet. Um over 4,000 square feet and almost 400 square meters long. Long. So yeah, let me know, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think about this property? For me, I think it is absolutely worth this price. And yeah, it is absolutely worth this price. And it, I think it'll be better off, like, if you're looking to build like affordable apartments building for expats coming in for a few months of the year, this would be a perfect space to build something like that. So a simple one bedroom or a studio apartment, you build like maybe 8 to 10 units on this piece of land, you're good. Because for Airbnb, if you're gonna have to build an Airbnb with this large piece of land, it is quite long. It's like you're walking a lot. You're walking a lot, unless you want to build two separate Airbnbs on the same lot. So one at the back and maybe one up front. But the thing is, they will need an entry way, right? So maybe this side could be their common entry, and maybe bring down the roof or something. But anyway, the roof needs to be worked on anyway for this particular property, because yeah, it's not in a good shape. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section.